Before this video starts, just to let you know that fatsteer.com, every time you make a purchase with my discount code Weebaby, that 5% off, it helps support my channel. So I get a portion of every purchase that's with that link that I sent in my link tree. Also, every purchase, especially the purchases. If you purchase something with my discount code 5% off with Weebaby, it helps support my channel, helps support my cosplays, and helps support new money for buying a new cosplay. So if you guys want to see some new cosplays, go check out fatsteer.com, and you will definitely see, you know, whatever you like, AirPod cases, anime merch. Even if you're not into anime, there's still got a lot of stuff on there. So go check out fatsteer.com and get your 5% off your first purchase with the code Weebaby. Thank you guys. So, you want to cosplay? Well, you're at the right video. Well, series of videos I'm coming out with. If you notice that beginning off this video, this is the same exact spot that I started in this home. So if you guys don't know, I used to live at a different house. I'm not going to tell you where, but I'm going to say I used to have a, you know, unfinished basement is where I started. And then eventually I moved to my new house, which basically where the camera is right now is where I, you know, first put the tripod. This is technically the original spot. So just quick little thought there. So welcome to my guides on how to cosplay. This one is going to be the sniper. The sniper, and like I said, this is a how to build a costume and how to cosplay the costume, and any, you know, cosplay tips and tricks by me. I am not a professional cosplayer, I mean, sort of, but I am I'm not saying I am an expert. So if you think that I'm an expert, awesome, but if I don't give you the tips and tricks that you are desiring, I apologize, but don't at the same time. So let's start off. So first thing is, the main thing you're gonna need to do is obviously buy the costume. So where did I get my costume? Well, I basically order everything basically off of Amazon. And some people are like, oh, why don't you just use eBay? They have pre-built costumes. My opinion is kind of like my first rule: don't buy a pre-built. I mean, yes, for the sniper cosplay, I bought a pre-built. Yes, I broke my first rule. But preferably, I try not to buy pre-builts. The reason why is not because it's like a PC gaming thing. No. It's not that. Basically, you don't want to buy a pre-built if you want to be, I will say, unique. Because if you notice with my cosplays, they look different than, you know, what you'd buy on the internet. You know, like the pre-builts. You know, because in my opinion, the pre-builts, they work for what you need, but they're not going to give you good quality for long distance, you know, cosplaying, or, you know, anything like that. The problem with pre-builts is they're so, you know, they're just that thin little material that just doesn't hold up well in the wash. So you don't want to really use, you know, pre-built clothing, because it's also cheaply made. So, you know, you could, you know, be cosplaying, you could rip your arm, you know. So that's my first number one rule, is don't buy pre-built. Try to make it your own. For example, I'm going to pull up my engineer cosplay right here. Basically, my engineer cosplay, I just bought, you know, overalls, a hard hat, you know, yellow gloves, and I already had a wrench. I already had a little pack for the side. I already had a belt. I already had an extension cord. And I just basically put that together, including the goggles. You don't want to forget the goggles. That's one of the most important things. And basically, you know, I just took these random objects that would work to look like the engineer. So, like I said, there are pre-builts for the engineer out there. They're just too flimsy for me. So I want something that's going to be strong and durable. So if I were to go to a convention, people can tell me the difference between that engineer being in a cosplay versus, you know, my engineer being in a cosplay, if you get what I mean. Step 2 is basically getting the costume and getting ready to cosplay. So you just received your cosplay in the mail. Okay, I have the costume. What do I do now? Well, the costume, basically, you know, this is one of my biggest, this is kind of my second rule slash, you know, tip is, for me, I play a lot of Team Fortress 2. I play a lot of video games. I'm a very nerdy guy when it comes to video games. And for me, I absolutely love the sniper. You know, I love impersonating. I love being like, oh, might, you know, stuff like that. Like, my tip on especially cosplaying a character you want to cosplay, try to find a way that you're connected to him. So basically, instead of me trying, because I see a lot of this happen where people will buy the cosplay, you know, and they'll try to act as best as they can, but they aren't really hitting it well, especially me with like Soldier, the Soldier cosplay, which another video is going to be coming out for that, so don't worry, that'll be coming before Halloween. Basically, it's that, you know, it's funny because I relate to him in a certain way. You want to relate to your cosplay, in my opinion, because, you know, if you don't have anything in common with each other, you're not going to act the character the best. So basically, you know, me with Soldier is just that, you know, like that, you know, oh, America, oh, I have teleported bread, you know, stuff like that, you know. It's just, see, like, if you can't see yourself as the cosplay, you're probably not going to do well as the cosplay. And there's nothing stopping you from just buying the costume and trying your best. Trying your best is definitely, you know, acceptable. Instead of it just being a, hey, whatever, I'm going to do Soldier, it's a, hey, I relate to Soldier, that'd be really cool if I did Soldier, you know, stuff like that. When you're starting to film a cosplay, there's a few ways you can do it. I'll kind of point it out into like a few major groups. You can be the serious cosplay, you know, everything about your character that you're cosplaying is 100% serious, you know, no no laughter, no nothing. It has to be, you know, like I have to be serious all the time or that's gonna not be my style. And there's nothing wrong with that style, but a lot of people don't like that, see that, that's not really entertaining to them, because especially on the TikTok platform, the YouTube platform, they're looking for a video to share that's going to capture multiple people's interest, even if they're not even a fan of Team Fortress 2, even if they're not a fan of Team Fortress 2, even a fan of a video game or that character, they're not really going to be a fan of it if you're acting, you know, pissed off, or if you're acting too serious of the cosplay, because in my opinion, that's the I'm trying too hard. The second major group of being in cosplaying is you have the I'm serious, you know, I'm serious, but I'm a little silly. And that's still kind of on the first subject of, you know, 100% seriousness. Not really amazing, like I just explained, but you can still do it. Now you kind of have your middle ground, which is, you know, basically what I like to do is serious but silly, you know. So what I mean by serious but silly is, you notice in all my videos, I try to make you guys laugh. And I may not get everybody to laugh. A lot of people comment on my videos, especially know that I'm a, you know, furry and all that. A lot of people comment on my videos basically saying, you know, like, man, it's not that funny. And if I didn't make you laugh, okay. I mean, I made some other people laugh, but I didn't make you laugh, so I guess I could try harder to make you laugh. But I don't let that, you know, don't take that to heart. That's another rule. Don't take it to heart. People will be bullies. Don't let them win. I'm just gonna say that. Don't let the bullies win, because the moment you give anything back to them, they'll take that and use that as their only excuse. Even if it's that little schmidgy thing, like, even like if my editing can zoom in just right there, you know, that smidge of shit, you know, they're gonna be like, I got him, you know. Just don't let bullies win. And in real life as well. Stick up for yourself. But in a good way. Don't humiliate yourself, because it's the internet. The internet likes to make fun of you if you mess up. A lot. I mean, there's sometimes where I don't even type stuff in my... Sometimes I don't even spell stuff correctly. I'm like, I meant to say that, but it basically, my autocorrect changed it to hat. You know, serious but silly is, you know, I still try to be silly, and then basically try to still have that seriousness of being like, I'm still the engineer, but I like to be silly about it. You know, I like to be goofy. I like to do the, you know, like the smile, like, you know, stuff like that. But I mean, I say that middle ground is a good place to be because, like I said, you're not being too serious, but you're also not being too silly. And I'd say, you know, from so forth, you know, there is really silly and then super silly. Super silly is you're not really taking the cosplay seriously. You're just trying to, you know, you're trying too hard to make people laugh. And that's not a good approach. I mean, there are, for some cosplays, it works. But for most cosplays, it does not work. Especially with my engineer. If I was way too silly, like trying to do like, you know, stuff all the time, trying to do the latest TikTok dances, you know, all that. No, and then randomly I make a serious video with that, they're not going to take me seriously anymore, or they're not going to think it's funny anymore if I go from full serious to full silly. So, like you can see on the chart that I have, you want to be in the middle ground, not on the far ends. You want to move towards the middle. To meet in the middle to basically create a, you know, silly but serious environment, because how I get most of my followers, and you may have your own certain style. You may not have to, you don't have to follow my guide. I'm just making the guide for people who need pointers. But basically that you just gotta make sure you have your own kind of style, because that's another thing I will say is copy, especially others. And it's not, you know, it's just rule 5, don't copy, which meaning is, say if you find another cosplayer doing the same exact cosplay and you want to, you know, make a same exact video. I mean, you can do that. It's just when you full on copy, that's a dick move, especially in cosplay. Or, you know, you're just using another cosplayer's duets on TikTok to get you views. You know, you're just reacting to it, or you're just, you know, duetting and doing exactly what they're doing. I mean, there are some duets they actually ask you to do the same exact thing. But when you use another person's platform to get all advantage to you, that's a dick move. If you completely just block, you know, find a video, block the person, and then, you know, talk shit about them, that's a dick move. Once you've created your video, you know, you've already cosplaying. I will say, especially on TikTok, hashtags do matter. And I will say this thoroughly, hashtags do matter. Or hashtags do matter. Basically, you want to make sure that your hashtag is correct to the same thing. Because if you don't have it to the same thing, it's not going to work well. Because if you notice on almost all my videos, I have my own hashtag, and I make sure I have my own hashtag for Weebabychiled. You know, the hashtag Weebabychiled. I make sure I have that on every video. Even if I have to delete another hashtag that could be, you know, helping getting views, I still try to get my Weebabychiled because I have an iconic hashtag. But especially, say, with Team Fortress 2, I just did my sniper cosplay. Basically, just hashtag it, you know, Team TF2, you know, sniper, TF2 sniper cosplay, you know, TF2 cosplay, you know. But that should be enough to basically state that this is sniper, you know, this is a cosplay. Sometimes if I have extra room, I'll just push hashtag sniper, you know, stuff like that, because why not? You know, you can put as many hashtags as you need until you run out of space, but there's also the problem of putting too many hashtags or not the right hashtags in the box, because TikTok runs on an algorithm, which why a lot more people get popular on TikTok than they do on YouTube and other platforms is because it's a single view platform. Eventually your video is going to go through their cycle, and eventually someone's going to find you and go, actually that's pretty cool, I'm going to follow this dude. And that's how easy it is to get popular on TikTok. And that might not be the case for everybody. It also can depend on your content, because say even if you had the most advanced editing skills in the world, you made the most 4K video ever, and it gets like 5,000 views with like 37 likes and like 0 comments and 0 shares. Even though you put like hours of work in, did you hashtag it right? Did you make sure it's going to the right, genre of people? Because people say, oh, my For You page is totally different, but I'm like, well, I mean, it's just the same thing. They just block out some of the videos that you didn't, you weren't interested in, and they give you some more of the videos that you're more interested in, because eventually everybody's gonna watch Cubby Lame at some point, my man Cubby! And I've explained the cosplay tips. Let's get in, since this video has been about Sniper, let's get into cosplaying Sniper. So, when you cosplay Sniper, like I said, you want to relate to your cosplay. So, I mean, I'm not Australian, but I do like to pee in jars. This has not been identified if it is juice, if it is piss, or if it is a substance that I cannot say on the internet. Like I said, no one knows what's inside this jar, and that's going to stay a secret. So, and I have that one comment that's like, what's inside the jar? I'm going to be like, when cosplaying, especially Sniper, you want to, again, this kind of boils back to the, what kind of cosplay, are you going to be, the serious or the silly? Well, Sniper's more on not the middle ground, but he's more serious but a little silly. So, serious but a little silly. Sniper, especially in the games, in the comics, he's always been that crazy, I am serious kind of guy. You can be silly a little bit with him, but if you're too silly, it's not going to work well. So, try to be more serious on the Sniper cosplay than on, say, Engineer and, Soldier and all that, because they're the more comedian characters than Sniper. And when cosplaying Sniper, you kind of always want to have this, like, not piss mood, but like that, like, serious mood, serious but still silly a little bit, because, he's more focused on sniping not spies, but sniping other players than he is, trying to make a crack joke. So when cosplaying him, you can see if you want to edit videos for him, do some photo shoots, try different angles, especially with Sniper. See if you can get like a weird angle, kind of like this. See if you can get a side view, something that's going to give it its, uniqueness. Because if you're just straight flat like this all the time, too close to the camera, or too far away from the camera, or not in a good area. Say if I'm like halfway across the screen, I'm trying to cosplay, or my phone's way across 5 miles away, and you can barely see me, it's not going to work unless you have a good joke or a good thing of why you're that far away. So, Aperture tires. We do what we must because we can. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else for this video, but I hope that my tips and tricks will help you, do Sniper way better. Help you cosplay Sniper, also be Sniper for Halloween, and maybe later turn into a cosplayer. But like I said, don't be a dick. But yeah, don't be a dick. Be unique, stuff like that, and I'll think of whatever my other steps were that I totally forgot on recording this video. If you guys want any more of these videos, I'm going to be making one for my, all the TF2 cosplays. And if you guys want to see my B-Stars Lego Chic, let me know. If you guys want more of these, make sure to hit the, subscribe button. Make sure to like the video. Say what you guys, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. I would love to answer some questions if I can. If I don't know the answer to them, I can't help you. But definitely I will try my best. And thank you guys so much for 66.6 thousand followers. Yeah, let's get up to 88. No, not 88. Well, yeah, 88 miles per hour. No. Let's get up to 80,000 followers, and then maybe 100K. Like, that would be one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. Would be 100K on TikTok, and I would cry. And you'll see that one day. So once we get there, you'll see me cry, and I'll probably be like in my room going, "Oh my God, thank you guys." stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, you know, and also watch my TikTok cosplays if you don't. They're pretty rad. And thank you guys so much for the support. And now you know what you guys need to do for Halloween and cosplaying. So, well, this is just a wee baby child, and I can't protect myself.